Welcome back to Let's Talk Dog podcast. My name is Bea. I'm the moderator and administrator and co-host of this podcast, and these are the ladies of Let's Talk Dog.
What's going on, dog people? It's Narca, the dog guru from Central Florida.
Alexis, the vintage dog trainer in Missouri.
Hello, boys and girls, gays and days. I am Zach, and I run Ivory Dog Walking out here in Hertfordshire, England. Morning, afternoon, good evening. How are we all doing?
Welcome.
Welcome, Zach. So, our guest today is Zach, who is the owner of Ivory Dog Walking somewhere in the UK. He said where, but none of us actually know where that is.
Hertfordshire. Like, stay today. Sit. Thank you.
Do you own dogs? Do you have some dogs there?
I have a dog. Sappy. I have a dog. Nice. I know, darling. Hello. Right. Go on.
So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Zach. We're gonna probably just poke and probe at you, see what you've been up to with your dog training career. I'll let Bea ask questions first. She's the
Let's
host.
do it.
All right. So, Zach, I know your story because I am friends with you and have asked you before, but our listeners don't. So, tell us how you found yourself owning a dog walking company and what your journey was to get there.
Right. So I used to work for a security company, mostly doing door work and some private jobs and whatever. Worked my way up through the company, got up to area manager, looking after 3 counties worth of security nonsense. And then I left that company, so there was some, how do I put this politely? There was some fuckery up on high and I was done with it. So I left, and I didn't leave gently. I left in the ball of flame, kind of like, see if I play it. I'm done. And then I was kind of sat there going, oh shit, the wife is 6 months pregnant. We're about to get married and I have no job. Fuck. So it was one of them moments. I just thought, I want to be outside. I enjoy working outside. I've always loved dogs, had dogs growing up. It's always just been a thing. So I was like, I just kind of thought, let's just start one just to kind of get me through. And then we see where the road takes us. I had thought in the very beginning that I'd end up back in security, because as much as a horrible taste is left in my mouth, I do still love the industry. But yeah, I started. In the beginning, I was making £20 a day. I don't know what that is in weird green American money, but £20 a day is.
Bea will Google it and let us know.
I will.
£20 a day is literally fuck all. And then it just picked up, and I went for it. And I was like, shit, I'm actually kind of good at this, and I stick out from the crowd, and the business is going well. Fuck it, this is my life now. And then I got to the stage, I was like, I'm never going to work for anyone again. I'm physically never going to have a boss again. I can't do that. I'm my own boss now. I get to do what I want, when I want, how I want. It's my goal. It's my vision. It's my baby.
Your time and your schedule.
Yeah.
20 pounds is $27.
Okay.
Yeah, literally making fuck all money. And then here we are. This is now year 4. If the tax man is listening, it's year 3. But if the tax man isn't listening, it's year 4. But yeah.
That was an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships don't matter. You're okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what's your experience with dogs prior to the dog walking?
Before the dog walking, it's all the normal shit, You live with dogs, you own dogs. Growing up in South Africa, dogs out there, we have, they're working dogs, they're not really pets. You've got your guard dogs, you've got your hunting dogs, you've got, they're not really pets. That wasn't my...
They're still used for what they were bred for?
Yeah, this is it. Do you know what I mean? Like, where I grew up, we lived on a farm. So our dogs were either used to hunt or they were used to fight people. Like, yes, they were pets, but they weren't really pets. That's been my experience with them. And then obviously when we moved here, it was a little bit of a novelty seeing dogs as pets, because you're just kind of sitting going, right, so when's your dog going to go bite something? Should we go and, you know, it's just, oh, that didn't happen. Oh, okay, cool. This is great. And then, yeah,
Culture
then
shock.
we moved in. And like I said, it's just pet dogs, really. But yeah, that's the kind of dogs I've been around, working dogs. They kind of do a job. You don't just have a pet.
What kind of dog is Saki?
Soggy is the runt of the litter of an English staff. I picked her because she's very athletic. She doesn't look like your normal staff, you know, big head, big chest, she's more terrier than anything. So very athletic. I mean, I think you're intelligent. You are intelligent, aren't you? Yeah, you're pretty intelligent.
She's probably smarter
yeah,
than
so
you, just be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, she keeps up the work because, you know, most days we leave the house 8 in the morning. We're sometimes back 6 in the evening. You know, and she's on the go the whole time. So I wanted an animal that could keep up with the pace, have the intelligence I needed to have, and have that drive. Like, she's got that drive to put in work if she needs to put in work, to kind of front up against some of the bigger dickhead dogs and some of the general public as well. And yeah, so she earns her dinner basically.
And how old is she now?
She's just turned 2, actually. We're gonna have a spay.
She's a baby.
She's a COVID baby.
He is a COVID baby.
She's a COVID dog, except, you know, she was actually allowed outside and to see things and do things, and is not a complete novice.
So with let's talk about COVID puppies since you're raising one. Do you see a difference in like your client dogs, like in behavior and?
So there was obviously before COVID, the dogs were what they were. You know, a few of my clients, they are, the dogs are arseholes, you know, because, you know, people look at me and go, oh, he's a big guy. He's obviously, you know, stronger than all the other dog walkers in the area. He can handle my large dickhead of an animal.
Right.
I take on all the other dogs that locally other dog walkers don't want to take on, you know, and it's stupid shit. Like, they won't walk on a loose leash, you know, they pull constantly, or you've got some that are reactive to other dogs and people and whatever, and you'll find a lot of dog walking areas don't want to touch those dogs because it's hard work.
And that's super common. Like, those are the most common behaviors. Like,
this is it. So they look at me and go, he's a big guy. I've got a big dog who acts like a dickhead. Go. So, you know, they acted how they acted before COVID, right? Then COVID hit. Now, we had the first lockdown. It was the only lockdown I wasn't allowed to work in, right, according to the government. The only one I wasn't allowed to work in. So that lasted a month, 6 weeks, something like that. Coming out of that, there was already a change in the dogs because the owners were at home, you know, that constantly in and around the dogs constantly. The dogs are constantly being walked by their owners because fuck all else to do. So let's go on walk number 6 of the day.
Yep.
And, you know, and this whole thing about you're not allowed to see other people or family members. So some of my clients were really good with their dogs and took their dogs to the pub or to the shops or to the town. They couldn't do that anymore. The dog was now fucking, this is my bubble. This is where I live. This is all I know.
Mm-hmm.
And then trying to come back out into the real world, some of the dogs were, dickheads, basically. But we got through that. They were easier to get through because it was almost just, they understood what was expected of them, the dogs, they understood what I expected of them and what have you. So they kind of just, all right, yeah, I remember this. This is okay. We can do
it's
this.
muscle memory. If they were with you before, I mean, it's muscle memory. It doesn't take long for a dog to just.
This is it. Whereas the newer clients who have come on during, and, you know, I say after COVID, we're still technically COVID here, but the newer clients who come on, there's a fucking issue. There's a fucking issue. These are, you know, babied beyond belief, neurotic messes who, you know, because mummy gets to live this fucking close to me all day, suddenly I have to go outside and walk with a pack of dogs and get into a van and, oh my God, it's fucking raining. And like, it's the whole thing. So yeah, there is definitely, you can tell a COVID dog from a normal dog, to say, like, let's say, definitely.
I agree. I get a lot of reactivity, a lot of anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of fear. Lots of fear. Oh my God. Dogs
Yeah,
just-
no, I've got
just
one dog in
all
particular.
day.
Yeah, I got one dog in particular. He's solid now. We're getting there. But in the beginning, so they had moved from. So when COVID hit, they bought him originally in Indonesia, I think it is. Bought him in Indonesia. COVID hit. Oh shit! British passport. Come back to the UK, and they will have to shield because I think the wife has some sort of immunity issues or whatever.
Yep.
So basically, the dog wasn't allowed outside for 2 fucking years, the first 2 years of its life,
Yeah.
you know, and then had to be cast from Indonesia to this side and da 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 da. So yeah, he's the lack of confidence in him collective is a lot. But we're getting there. You know, we're showing him that fuck, the road isn't scary, the truck isn't scary, the other chihuahua on the other side of the road isn't scary, that bird shitting in a tree isn't scary. Like we're okay, we are safe, we're fine, we're good. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Definitely.
Have you found with your nervous, anxious, scared dogs that having Saki with you helps?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, she's still got that that drive in the sense of you know, unwanted attention from another dog. She's got no problem in fronting up and telling it where to get up, basically. But if introduced properly, she's a friend to all, basically. She's that classic staff when introduced properly, that classic staff of, oh my God, love me, love me, love me, love me. So, you know, friend to all kind of thing. And yeah, and then it makes it easier than if I have to move one dog from one pack walk to a different pack walk. I find it makes it easier because not only am I there, she's also there.
Right.
So the other time, you do see the other dog kind of just sort of file in next to her and just kind of hug her a bit like, okay.
Know you, I know you.
Yeah, this is
Does
it.
her
This is it.
confidence help their confidence? Because that's what I'm noticing with 11 is having Gambit, who's a confident, curious, normal dog, has
Mhm.
helped having 11 a lot.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like she, you know, when they see that she's confident, I'm confident in the situation. There's that sort of whole, oh yeah, we're okay, we're safe.
Yeah. If they're doing it, it's
it's okay. Yeah, pretty much. You know, monkey see, monkey do. So yeah, no, she does help massively.
So how did you come up with Ivory dog walking? What's the story behind the name of your company?
Well, off the bat, in the area, everyone basically has the same fucking name. It's either Chilton something or other, Beacon something or other, or it's Hertfordshire something or other, or Hart. They all have the same fucking name. So off the bat, I was like, right, I have to stand out. I need a different name that's got nothing to do with anything. I know I stand out anyway with the way I look, because I would say 9 out of 10 dog walkers in the area, they're all your stereotypical either middle-aged mums who kids have gone to school, fuck, I need something to do, let me do something, or it's your, you know, young girls, again, fuck, I've just come out of uni, I've just come out of high school, fuck, I need something to do, let's go do it. So
that bully makes
I know,
rescue with the sweater on.
yeah, this is it. So off the bat, I know I stick out. I mean, I'm a dickhead with a mullet. I've got shit hanging out my nose, you know, tatted up. Like, cool. Here I am.
By shit, he means a piercing. It's just a piercing. It's an actual poop.
It's just a piercing, people. It's just a piercing.
For those that can't see us, it's just
there are some days. Where it might as well be. But anyway,
He does have children.
the dog.
And one of them is Satan incarnated.
Yeah, no, I have 2 kids. So yeah, there are some days that yeah, it gets wild. It gets wild. So yeah, so I had to be different in the sense of the name because you got to stand out. You know, as a business, I feel you need to stand out. So there was that, and then also because of me being from South Africa, you know, the elephant for my family in general is it's a bit of a symbol for us. Everyone likes an elephant, you know, within the family. It means something to us, whether as a collective or individually. So it's just kind of obvious, as it were, that we went to the elephant. And then, you know, quick Google, whatever, you don't see a lot of, they call it a prancing elephant, so the elephant on 2 legs, like you know why a horse does. So I was like, right, so it's a different elephant, it's not just your normal fucking elephant on all 4s. It's got a bit of movement to it, so whatever. So yeah, that's where the name came from, that's where the logo came from. Just try and stand out.
Are you gonna send me the hoodie you owe me?
I mean, the printer hasn't sent me the fucking hoodie he owes me. So
There is no hoodie, B.
yeah,
There's no hoodie.
yeah. He was happy enough to take my money, but yeah, we're still waiting on that.
Fair.
So what happens when you see problems with you're walking a dog and let's say something happens and you just see something different? How do you confront that with the owners? Like, what do you guys go over?
So with the owners, I'm very honest from that. Like, if your dog's a dickhead, I'm going to tell you your dog's a dickhead because of X, Y, and Z, and we can either manage it like this, and we can put in some training like this. At the end of the day, though, because it's a weird one. So, I mean, I am trying to go down the route of dog training. It is, it's what I want to do. I've had obviously because it's not regulated, anyone can play their dog trainer. So because it's not regulated, a few people said, just fucking play your dog trainer, just get on with it, just start it up and away you go. For me, I don't feel comfortable in doing that. I don't think it's ethically right for me to say, I'm a dog trainer. I've technically been in the industry, like I said, for 3-4 years. So for me, ethically, that doesn't seem like, I'm a dog. Like, no,
Right,
no.
you're in your learning journey. Yeah.
This is it. And I mean, I don't get me wrong. I understand I'm going to be learning the day I die. Otherwise, what's the point in life? So, there's that. So it's like it's something I want to do. But like I said, with some of the clients, it's because I'm just a dog walker. You get some clients that are very, very open and wanting to learn and wanting to put in the effort and wanting to do stuff. And you get other dog clients who, as I'm talking, you can see their eyes just glaze over, and you kind of go, yeah, just a help to you. Great.
Are you gonna pick them up tomorrow?
Yeah, like it's one of those. And again, you can't argue it because I'm the dog walker. I'm not the trainer. They haven't paid me to train the dog. They haven't paid me to do X, Y, and Z. I can offer as much advice as I can offer, and I can get the dog up to a standard that I needed in order to do my job.
Right.
But yeah, you get some clients who, like, I'm not expecting bells and whistles when I drop your dog off or anything like that. I'm not. But to be treated a little bit more like a normal person would be nice. You get some people who do treat you like the hell. Like you've just walked in, like they don't even answer the door they're in home, but they don't even answer the door. Like you've got to let yourself in through the side entrance and quietly place the dog. And yeah, there are some clients who have been. I mean, a few of them I don't walk anymore. But yeah, there are some who treat you like the hell.
Yeah, I've had that as a trainer too. I've had people like, okay, so what if I pay you to just show up and train my dog in my house? Okay, that's gonna help me with your dog, but it's not gonna help you with your dog.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed as well. A lot of people, when you do say, oh yeah, like for instance, I can get their dog to do X, Y, and Z because I need it to do X, Y, and Z, and they're like, oh, but you won't do it for me. It's like, yeah, because you're not doing anything. What the fuck do you expect? Just because he does it with me.
Apparently everything. They expect everything.
And you try and dumb it down. Some people, you try and dumb it down and say, look, the dog isn't stupid. All it wants to know and understand is, how do I make the monkey at the end of this fucking string give me what I want? Right, I know that this monkey needs me to do X, Y, and Z, and I get what the fuck I want out of him. This monkey, I've got to do fuck all and I get what I want. Like, you try and explain it, dumb it down to them, and they just don't want to put in the effort. And it's incredibly fucking frustrating because they're the ones saying, oh, my dog's this, my dog's that, he's a fucking wow.
And then you take the leash and the dog's perfect.
Yeah, this is it. And I'm actually saying, like, your dog's pretty fucking good.
Right. Those are the best. The ones that complain the most, their dogs are really like the best to train, like the best to work with. I get the clients are like, this dog is fucking crazy. I don't know what to do anymore. And I grab them, I'm like, damn, you got the coolest fucking dog, dude. Like,
yeah. No, that's it. I find it's the same way. They bitch and moan about the dog, and then I get hold of them like, this is literally the best fucking dog ever. He's attentive. He's concentrating. He's picking up everything I'm putting down. He knows what the fucking game is. Like, this is spot on. Like, he's fine. You, the owner, just need to put in some fucking effort and just do something with it instead of we just sit here in the front room and watch fucking TV all night and wonder why he's chewed your fucking door in half.
One thing I realized about like clientele is that they a lot try to do everything for their dogs, and like they don't build that confidence in the dogs for their dogs to just like try new things. And these dogs become reliable on that.
Mhm.
Human always doing for them.
Oh yeah.
We're like, what are we
I
gonna
met,
do next?
no, this is it. I met one woman who she obviously she's not a client, so but I did meet and she was a client for a while. She used to carry her dog downstairs. She had a Labrador. She used to carry it downstairs.
I'm sorry,
every
did you
day.
just say a Labrador?
You're gonna say a Shih Tzu, Labradoodle,
No.
which is even
No,
bigger.
Labrador. Labrador.
Oh, lab.
He was
Okay.
Like a whole Labrador.
like a whole Labrador, golden lab. Pick it up. We walk it down the stairs every day.
Like a
Why?
Because full size. I'm sorry, my brain's having trouble with this.
Oh yeah.
I
But
can
like a
see
Her
it.
60,
deadlift was
70
awesome.
pound Labrador.
Yeah. Her deadlift was awesome. Bend at the knees, up we go, spot on. Yeah, she used to do that
That's
every
a
day.
grown ass dog.
Because apparently when it was 9 months, 10 months, whatever, it fell down the last 2 steps and bumped his nose. And she couldn't see her baby do that again. So now the thing doesn't walk downstairs because mummy picks it up and walks it downstairs.
My boxers routinely fall off of everything.
My dogs roll
because
down the
they're
stairs.
boxers.
Uh-huh.
And my steps in my backyard are concrete. And I've watched
Uh-huh.
those two idiots head over booty just
Yeah.
roll down the stairs.
Yeah. But this is the kind of people that you get.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people don't realize. So in general, as a generalization, people in the UK, they kill their dogs through kindness.
Mhm.
There's this whole idea that you can't have your dog go through any stress or whatever. This is my baby. This
Yeah.
is my everything. And you're just like,
That's true.
as much as you don't want to submit this, what you have there is essentially an apex predator. We live with apex predators. It's a dog. Like B has seen my dog crash head first into the side of my van. Like
Hilarious.
it's like, do you know what I mean? She's a dog. It is what it is. But you, like I said, a great example to show how the British public in general wants to baby their dogs is there's a story that when the first guide dog came to London, the guide dogs weren't a thing. Blind people did the normal with a stick, or they had a family member walk them around. Okay, the first guide dog comes to London. People have seen this man walking this guide dog on a harness because he's blind, he can't see. This man was chased down the street and beaten the fuck out of because they thought he was being cruel to the dog because people didn't understand.
He had his harness on him.
Yeah, but this is when it first happened. It wasn't the norm. The
Wow.
people in the UK, they will advocate for the animal, but in the wrong
Hurt
way.
the human, but hurt the human. Yes.
Yeah, they'll advocate for the animal, but almost like I said, in the wrong way of doing it.
We
And
are
that's-
force free, but we will beat
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, this is it. Don't get me wrong, there's exceptions to every rule. Like I said, I've got clients
Right.
who, they are amazing. They put in the work, the time, the effort. That dog is a dog. It's not a person. I've got clients like that. I've seen it. But then I have clients who are, this is my child. If he
Carry
stubs
their
his
70
toe,
pound Labrador downstairs.
this is it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've got clients who's like, if this dog stubs its toe, it's going to the vet instantly that day. If it walks with a slight limp because it's been lying on a hard floor all day, we're going to the vet. There's no question. There's no whatever. The moment there is something wrong, we're going to the vet. Not, do you know what? My dog's been sleeping on tiles all day. It's probably going to be a bit stiff. Like, that's just how the British public works, and it's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on some lady deadlifting her 70 pound Labrador and walking it down the stair. I just cannot.
She used to make clothes for the thing as well. She used to hand sew clothes for the dog to take photos.
Look, I buy clothes for
day-
my bully.
No.
She wears dresses.
No. The day I met her, she was sewing a mermaid tail for the dog to do photos with.
Wait, she was what?
Hand sewing a mermaid tail to do photos with.
Her dog. Her dog needs her back tail. Her back legs to walk, so she can't really wear a mermaid tail. It wouldn't work.
This, like I said, you get You get people like that, but then also you get people who are very laissez-faire and don't give a shit that their dog is acting the way it's acting and
Right.
behaving as the way it's acting, you know, because for
My
them,
dog just does
that's his
that.
dog.
My brother.
You know, it's like, you know,
It's
Sorry,
a
bro,
combination
you're
of those things. He's not listening. He doesn't listen. My brother has a little Basenji Terrier mix, and
Ooh.
a dog is a dick. Absolute reactive terrorist and
Basenji.
old on top of that. So like his entire life, my brother's babied him. On the other hand, he's never paid any attention to how that dog acts, and that dog is a fucking nightmare. I don't hate dogs. I don't. Like it takes a lot for me to hate a dog. I fucking hate that dog.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's-
that's-
and it's
hate
fault.
that dog.
that's
And it's
a
my
bit
brother's
of
and
mad
it's my
mix.
brother's fault.
Like that's also pretty kind of, if you think about it, that's a little bit of an extreme mix. You have a terrier that enjoys killing small fluffy things, and then you have a Basenji that enjoys running through the jungle hunting small fluffy things. Like that's a bit of an intense mix to have as well.
Yeah, I think he's like Jack Russell, Rat Terrier, Basenji, and something else.
Jeez.
Basically, that dog is an actual nightmare.
Frankenstein
If
of
you
all
just walk
dogs.
around going, do you know what? I want just a crackhead. Just you see that harmless.
When he was younger,
younger,
he used to play. My brother would take him to play disc golf with him,
Right.
and so he'd go and play disc golf with him and all the other players, and he would just run around with them while they were playing disc golf.
I'm sure that was
and-
enjoyable.
Like when he was younger, he was a little better, but now he's old. So on top of being an absolute terror of a dog, he's also old and in pain because he's an old man. He's like 15. And he doesn't like people that aren't my brother. He doesn't like dogs. He tried to eat Eleven's face, which wasn't going to go well.
Wow, so
Um,
stupid as well. Great, brilliant.
He's not a smart dog, no, which is weird because most terriers are somewhat vaguely smart.
Mhm.
And no, he's stupid and a dick, and I hate that dog. And like
So
I
no
tried to
strong
gently
feelings.
talk to my brother about it, but I'm the youngest of the family, and my brother disregards anything that I might have any sort of intelligence regarding. And he's just like, no, my dog's fine. I'm like, your dog literally just tried to launch itself at my 60-pound boxer who was across the yard on a leash. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
I'm
a
sure that would have
nightmare.
ended just brilliantly.
So how many dogs do you walk at the same time?
So we pack ranges anywhere from 2 dogs up to PB at the minute is 13,
13 or 30?
13, 1, 3.
3. Okay.
Not a
Yeah,
lunatic
so,
like Ryan.
no, well, I mean, so the difference is, this is the thing. So where I live, it's very rural. So I have, in a way, quite a small client base because it's very rural around here. You'll find that a lot of people around here, it's all farmers and rural, and people go, you know what, I've got a working spaniel. Guess what? I'm going to go march through the hills and fucking walk my own dog, which is great. So yeah, so I do have somewhat of a smaller clientele than what Ryan has because he lives on the Gold Coast in essentially a city, the lucky bastard. So he can charge lots of money and walk 1,000 fucking dogs all at the same time. But yeah.
I think he only did that once.
So yeah, so like I said, at the minute the biggest pack is $13, and that's different sizes. I mean, the biggest one on that
That's a
one
lot of
is-
dogs.
How do you decide
I mean, the
which
biggest
dogs
one
to
that
put
one-
together?
I just kind of so when I get a new client, I put the dog in one of the smaller walks. So one of the, there's like 1 or 2 dogs. We keep it nice and chill, so I can assess what he's like and personality wise, whatever. And there's some dogs who have to stay on the smaller walks for a while, just so me and the dog are reading off the same hymn sheet. Like we know what we're both doing. I trust him, they trust me, kind of thing. And then I might move them into a slightly bigger pack, and then bigger and bigger, and we go like that. There are some dogs who off the bat, you can see they've got the confidence, you can see they've got the personality that's going to match the other personalities and whatever. And you kind of go, cool, baptism of fire, let's fucking go. And it works. You know, you've got to read the dogs individually. And like the dogs I walk, I know it sounds silly, but all the dogs I walk, I see them as my dogs. Like those are my fucking dogs. So I'd like to think I know how my dogs are. I can read their personality. I know what's going on up there. And I can see, oh, Matey Boy's having a bit of a shit day. He's having an off day. That's fine. You keep him on this side, keep him nice, relaxed. He doesn't have to sit in the back with all the other idiots. He can actually have a day where he sits in the front of the van with me. Like, you know, I try and read them as best I can and try and do things as slow as what's necessary for each dog, basically.
You have favorites?
I mean, I shouldn't, but I do.
If his clients are listening, please don't be offended.
There's definitely at least two dogs who I call them my sheriffs. So when Soki's in heat and she can't come to work, they kind of take her place in the sense that, you know, they kind of keep the group in line. They keep, you know, because they're very confident dogs, keep the group in line. They keep things running ship shape and where they need to go, kind of thing. And they work well with Soki. They kind of have this working understanding of what to do and how to do things and what have you. So yeah, I shouldn't have favorites, but I do because I'm human.
Same. Same.
Fair.
What's your favorite breed?
Favorite breed? Okay, so I can do your top 5. I can't say this is my favorite, but I can do your top.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. So top
Permission,
5,
we got that's all right.
Permission granted.
So we got Staffy, Burbul. So Burbul is the South African Mastiff. Rhodesian Ridgeback. I mean, it's a shit dog, but I do like English Bull Terriers. You know, the long face. I do like it.
Dogs.
I really do like it. I really
Good target
do like
dog.
it. And then number 5 on the list is like a Westie. Like I really like a Westie.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I don't know why. There's just something.
They're
There's
sad.
just something about them.
They got an attitude problem.
Yeah, like I do like a Westie. I think when I'm old and grey, and you know I'm hunkered down.
You're gonna be that guy
I'll,
with the Westie.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like through my younger days, yeah, I've had the Staffies and the Mastiffs and whatever. I'm just a little old man with my whiskey, with my little Westie that fucking hates everyone, is reactive as fuck. And
Looks like a stuffed animal because Westies don't look like real dogs.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I do like a Westie, I must say.
Yeah, I want to.
And what's really quite cool, there's a friend of mine. He raps. Like, so he goes to like a farm and says, oh, I can help you out and whatever. He uses a Westie to do ratting with. And it's the coolest thing. Like, where it starts work white as a sheet, and it ends work black because of mud and blood. And it's the happiest fucking thing you've ever met in your life. I love it.
They're gross when they get dirty.
Yeah. So those are my top
What
5.
is your least favorite breed?
Thing is, it doesn't come down to breed so much for me when it comes to like least favorite.
No, don't cop out. Don't cop out. Don't cop out. Don't be a bitch.
Well, okay. Well, in that case, I mean, I was trying to be sensitive and, you know, not hurt your feelings, but boxers and fucking huskies can do what?
Ooh, what was it?
Boxers and huskies.
Boxers and huskies. B's gonna
Yeah.
podcast.
Nobody loves me. Nobody agrees with me.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I like huskies from afar. Like if they're on the other side of the planet and somebody else's problem.
You
great.
like them in
Love
pictures and on TV.
Right, like, oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Aw.
Big fan. I'm a big fan of that. I love seeing them on Instagram. Great. As long as I don't have to deal with one, I'm happy.
What about them do you not like?
Honestly, with a husky, it comes down to both their fucking need to sing constantly. Like you don't need to be that loud all the time. I'm loud enough for the both of us. I don't need you joining in. It's fine. I can tell this person to fuck off without you screaming at me as well. It's fine. I don't need that in my life. And also number 2, when it comes to huskies, they are. When it comes to huskies, it's actually the owners that fuck me off the most. Husky owners in general, again, generally speaking, the Husky owners that I've come across, it's always, oh, I can't ever train this thing to be off a leash. Oh, it will always pull because of the Husky. It's just what they do. You'll never train it to loose leash walk. You'll never train to this. It's a Husky. It just is what it is. And you're just like, no, yeah, you might have a slightly harder time, genetically speaking, but it's a fucking dog. Train your fucking animal. Just because it's a Husky, that's not a like a thing you can band around as a cop out that you can't fucking put in the time and effort.
Right.
That's my biggest thing with Huskies, is the owners won't put in the time and effort because it's a Husky. It's like, no, fuck off, man. Just put in the effort.
They pull. That's what Huskies do.
We were just talking about before we started recording that I'm going to get Sky a skijoring harness, because when we hike, she gets really excited when I tell her to pull so that we can go up like hard terrain. She's like, yeah, and she'll put all her weight into it and pull. Like it's literally their genetics. It's what they're bred for. Like,
yeah, it's what they're bred for, 100%. But
if you're not willing to teach them to not do something, maybe don't get it.
Yeah, this is it. That's my thing. Like, great. Yeah, that dog is genetically bred to fucking pull. Awesome. Let's do some pulling stuff with it. Let's get a harness. Let's get you on a bike. Let's get you on a scooter. Let's fucking do this. But when we're not working, it needs to walk nice. It needs to not be a total arsehole its entire life. Let's have a day off. Like, you know, and that's my issue. It's the owners who, because it's a Husky, I think that's the cost and they get away with whatever they get away with. I think that's bullshit.
I do not recommend Huskies to people who are not prepared for what it takes. And I love Huskies. Like, I will probably always own a Husky.
I love Huskies too.
In Georgia,
would never own one.
They adapt to the heat super well, actually. If you raise a Husky, because their double coat keeps them warm, it also keeps them cooler. She'll overheat. She won't overheat as quickly as any of my short-haired dogs. Because that double coat also keeps them cool. Yeah, I live in hot parts of Georgia. Oh yeah. She does fine. She does just fine. She's also a sun worshiper. If I let her outside and it's warm outside, she's gonna go find the sunniest spot she can, roll around for a couple minutes, and then fall asleep.
Do you know what? That always makes me laugh. I had a bulldog at the time for a while before the dog died, and again, obsessed with the sun. And he used to just lie on hot tarmac and hot stove and just cook. And you're like, dude, you can't breathe. Like, you're about to die. Do you want to just get up and go sit in the shade? And this dog would kick off that you're like getting it out of the sun so it didn't fucking die. Like, that dog was just hilarious. It was just, it basically was suicidal. It was trying to kill itself in the sun constantly. And it was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Love that.
So why are boxers one of your least favorite breeds?
Because they're just mad as shit. Like, I don't need that level of madness. I had a friend who owned one. Now at the time we're what, 13, 14. So to us this is funny. Looking back, I'm like, oh fuck, that's really not funny. That was really bad. But a friend of mine, he had a boxer and he had quite a big one. So the boxer jumps up on the sofa on top of our other friend. Our other friend at the time, he's not as big as what he is now. He's a bit of a weakling, whatever. This dog essentially pins him down and starts to hump the shit out of him.
Oh no.
Just took him to pound, just smashed him. And obviously, as two other guys, you're sat there, you're just laughing because this is the best thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And yeah,
he was excited. What?
Like, spunked all up his legs. Like, it was just, yeah. And like I said, looking back, you're like, yeah, that wasn't good. We probably
like, this
that.
This is less funny now.
Yeah, but at the time, you just, you know, and then for the next, next few months, you keep calling him like dog shagger and, you know, spunk leg and, you know, dog humper and, you know, all these lovely names. So yeah, I don't need a boxer.
Not like that. Look.
They are mad as fuck.
Train a boxer. They are very high energy. They are an actually pretty intense breed.
Yeah.
I don't look at mine and think working dogs, but other people look at mine and they're like, that's a working dog. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but he's not.
No, see, what I want in a dog is currently what mine's doing now because I'm not paying her attention. She's passed the fuck out on the sofa. And she'll stay there all day. If I just ignore her for a full day, the dog will just sleep. I can get on and do things. I don't need a box and go, oh my God, love me, let's do things. Can we go? Where are you going? What are you doing? Hello. Like I just don't need that.
Wait,
They're
they don't
also
have like
Velcro-y.
personal. They don't know about that personal space. that they-
Boxers do not, there is no personal
No.
space when you own a
No,
boxer.
they want to live here. They just want to be like, love.
They do.
And yeah, I don't need that. Because I enjoy breathing oxygen. Like it's quite nice.
Well, you're tall, right? Just stand up.
And then they jump, and then they're here, and then no, I'm all right, thank you. Again, lovely dog when it's on a screen, when it's on Instagram and on TV, and beautiful. I think they're brilliant.
Do you not have any boxers or in your dog walking groups?
No, again, they're not actually that popular around here. I think I've maybe had 2 clients who've had boxers. Obviously, the boxers were mad as shit. One client, they just moved away, and then the other client, so that she had 2. The old boy, he got so old he could barely walk. He could walk maybe 100 meters down the road, and his back leg would kind of give out, and it's just, yeah, it was kind of done. So then she just made the decision that no, she'll kind of horribly, but put him down because it was his time, and then she, because of then only having 1 dog, she then kind of eased up on work so she could have more time for 1 dog. So I've had 2 clients with them. I'm just like, yeah, cool.
What kind of dog is the smushy one that I love that you always show pictures? Steve, I think. His name's Steve. Keith. That's right, Keith. With the smashy face. He's adorable.
Yeah. So Keith is old time bulldog.
Gotcha. Okay. Not something I've ever seen in person, so could not identify.
Yeah, old time bulldog.
He's
His
so
name is
cute,
Keith.
Norca.
His name
He's
is
so freaking cute. He looks like somebody literally, like boxers have smashy faces, but he looks like somebody hit him in the face with a cast iron skillet.
Oh, 100%,
Like
100%.
just squished. He's got weird people eyes.
To be fair, he has just had surgery, so that's why his eyes look a little bit weird. So he had
No,
it,
but his eyes look like people eyes put into a dog's face.
you know what he's talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, Keith is brilliant. He's he's very athletic and he's got pace on him. He's very fit. He's very healthy. You know, I kind of made sure from off the bat with his owners, I kind of said, you know, keep him athletic. Keep him, you know, don't any bulldog, any bracky sort of thing. You know, they put on weight really quickly and then they struggle to take it off. I was like, you have an athlete here. Let's keep him as a fucking athlete. Like keep him healthy. Keep him so he can breathe and he can enjoy life, and you know, and yeah. So on my off-lead walks, you should see him. The thing just fucking runs. The thing's got pace on it, and it's got that bulldog sort of do or die. I don't care. I've run into a fence at 100 miles an hour. Who gives a fuck? Let's go this way. Let's, you know,
Keep rolling.
He's brilliant. Yeah, he's brilliant.
So what's a breed? What's a breed that you do see a lot of there?
Yeah, because I think you guys see different breeds than us.
Yeah, so in my area, like specifically, there's a lot of labs, there's a lot of working breeds, and then there's a lot of rescue dogs. So we have a lot of labs, a lot of spaniels, not so many. I mean, the bullies are coming up. More and more people are getting, you know, your staffies, your XL bullies, your whatever. Those are coming up a bit more, but they still have that stigma of, oh, you know, you use these to. I mean, I've been stopped multiple times because people think I've got a pit bull, because here in the UK, pit bulls are illegal under the name Dog Act, whatever. So you still have that stigma of walking a bully type dog, of people going, oh my God, it's going to eat me. Ah!
Right.
So they're coming up, but not so much. Other things we're seeing a lot of is like your Vizslers, your German short hair pointers. And weirdly, there's this weird fucking asshole trend of, I don't know if you get this, silver lab. You know what that is?
In Weimaraner lab mutts.
Yeah, Weimaraner makes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
So
argue that to the death.
these fucking disgusting really badly bred things are now everywhere. But yeah, so it's like a lot of work. And then with the rescue side of things, it's not UK rescue. So to get a dog out of a UK rescue is actually incredibly difficult to do. Like you have to be, you need to be almost a millionaire. You need to live out on your own at home all day, every day. You can't have any visitors or see any children, all this, all that. It's really hard to get, and I can understand why to a point, because they don't want the dog to go back into rescue. So I get why they want to be really stringent on their criteria. But
They should work on training with the dogs instead of just housing them. And I'm sure the dogs need a little.
No, this is it. But for them, it's they want you to jump through so many hoops. I mean, I've got examples. So a client of mine, she owns a collie, Laddie. She's a retired stay-at-home. You know, she doesn't do anything. She's just a retiree. She lives at home day in, day out. She walks and works Laddie like you can't believe. That dog's fucking brilliant because of the work she puts in. She was refused to rescue because she has 6 grandkids that might visit. So they said no.
That is fucked.
Stupid.
So
they have a lot of restrictions.
Cool. Yeah, so she was like, all right, cool. I'll find a responsible breeder. And she did the time and effort and research, whatever. She found the collie that she wanted, and she's fucking amazing with it. She really is. So because of the difficulty of getting rescues in this country, a lot of rescues come from overseas. So Romania's really popular, Hungary, Cyprus, Spain. Most of your rescues come from there, because you literally go online, you see the picture, yes, I want them, and there's no ifs or buts. The van is outside in 2 weeks with the dog. You just got to pay the money. So there's a lot of Romanian rescues that come this side, a lot. And I would say 9 out of 10 of those dogs are decent. Obviously, there's some genetic issues that you're not going to know about until the fucking dog's here, because they're pavement specials. They're mongrels beyond mongrels. You know, they've been bred this way and that way and interbred of, yeah, it's just the dog. That's all it fucking is. There is no breed to it. I mean, you do get some funny ones. So a client of mine with Zeus, he's bloody massive, huge. He's a big old dog. He's definitely got Great Danes. And they were saying, they saw this picture online, and they're like, oh, he's so cute. They were thinking maybe maximum like just a little bit smaller than a lab. And I think, oh, he's so cute, he's adorable. Here comes the van, and out comes this fucking horse of a dog, and they were just a bit like, oh, whose dog is this?
Where do we put
this? Is our dog. Yeah. so you got this massive thing.
That is a pony, sir.
Yeah, literally. But he's brilliant. So you get that, and then you get other dogs who, like I've got one client, their dog, they didn't know what it was, but when it got here, they spent a lot of money on DNA testing, what have you. And I mean, you can't fault the rescue, because they're not going to spend the money on the DNA testing, because their job is we get the dogs into homes. That's it. So you can't fault them. But that dog is Malinois, German Shepherd, and Antonio Shepherd, and Hungarian Shepherd.
A lot of Shepherd.
So that dog bites a little bit.
He's intense, but I mean, we put in the work, and they put in the work as well in him. So he's now to a point where he can be walked around on a dog and other people, and he doesn't want to bite me 9 out of 10 times. So that's quite nice. Like
that like one time out of that 10 times, he's like, I do want to bite you.
Some dogs, sometimes dogs have bad days, man.
I'll take the win. Before it was 50-50, you kind of walk in and go, what are we doing today? Am I walking out here with all my fingers, or what will we do? But he's good. He's solid now. But like I said, so a lot of your rescues do come from abroad, just because it's easier. It's just so much easier to do.
Interesting.
How do you feel about this whole e-collar shit happening over there?
I don't think we have enough time for me to go on a rant about this shit. So there's the thing. So personally, I've never felt the need to use a prong collar or an e-collar. I use a split lead at most. But there's nothing wrong with a fucking e-collar. There's nothing wrong with a prong collar. A tool is a tool. If you act like a dickhead with a tool, any tool, you're going to have issues. But if you act like a normal functioning member of society with a fucking tool, you'll get the job done.
Read instructions, and hire professionals.
Exactly. You know, it's the same as like when I put a screw into a wall, I'm not going to take a fucking lump hammer and try and hammer in a screw. It's just not going to work. Probably going to do quite a lot of fucking damage. You're going to get to drill and drill it in. Like, do you know what I mean? You're going to use the right tool. But again, this whole ban, it comes back to that whole, generally speaking, the British public, they have this thing about you can't hurt an animal. You have to advocate for the animal. You know, save the pretty furry fucking whatever.
The stress
So-
level, you can't.
My
cause
God, that has got to be like city British public, because I know country
Yeah,
British
no, it is.
public
It
doesn't
is.
feel that way.
It is. No, it is. That's literally what it is. You know, people don't realize. I mean, hell, one farmer, he literally lives a 5-minute drive from me. Every summer, he kills on average 4 to 5 dogs.
running
every
them
time.
over because they're running out of the
No,
property.
because he has a public right of way that through his field. So legally, people are allowed to walk on his land with their dog. People let the dog off the fucking lead. Dog goes straight for the livestock grazing in there. And he has signs up, I will shoot your dog. Every summer he goes on Facebook, he goes, I will shoot your fucking animals. Keep your dog on a lead or recall it. The dogs go off lead, they worry his sheep, they worry his cattle, they get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Guess
that kind
what?
of
You put
stress
in the
easily
training.
kills sheep.
Well, they can kill sheep. And that's their property. So yeah, I mean, it's
Well, yeah. Well, and also sheep are really delicate when it comes to stress.
Mhm. Massively
And one big scare can cause so many heart problems in a sheep, it'll kill them
Yeah.
like within an hour or
Oh,
two.
Oh, easily. Like he's already done a couple this month because we're now lambing. So you know, if you stress out the ewe enough, you end up killing then 2-3 babies.
And the lamb.
Do you know what I mean? So it's money, but it's also, you know, it's also welfare of the animal. Yeah, you can concerned about. So yeah, the dude shoots dogs on a regular basis because people don't want to fucking listen. But like I said, it's that whole, we want to advocate for the dog, but we're doing more harm than fucking good by banning the fucking e-com.
right.
Because it can't hurt the cute, fluffy little thing. When you're not hurting it, it's just another way to communicate with the dog in order to get the fucking results that you need.
Right.
Sometimes you need to, harsh is not the right word, but you know, a different tool is required for a different dog. It's as simple as that.
All right, and there's a conditioning process to it too. So you can't just go buy e-collars and slap it on your dog and start pushing
I mean,
buttons.
this is the other problem. The problem
There's
is
a
also that
science
you see,
behind it.
yeah, there is a science behind it, but you have to condition it properly. You have to put in the time and the effort. You can't just fucking whack it on and whack it up to 100 and go bang, fuck you. You're not going to get the results you want at all. But the problem is that's what a lot of the public thinks happens. They think you literally put it on, bang.
There
See
you
you
go,
later.
it's fixed. Yeah. If I show him the
Yeah.
remote,
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. But also the other thing is through social media, so the argument against e-collars, the argument against ethical hunting, the argument against ethical farming, the argument against all of that can be very easily put into 140 characters on Twitter and text. And you as a person don't have to fucking think about it. You just get the information of this small, cute, fluffy animal's been hurt. It's wrong, done. Whereas the argument for an e-collar, the argument to ethically hunt, the argument to ethically farm, that's a big old paragraph. Like you
Well,
kind of have to
this-
sit down with people.
this comes into question
Yeah.
too with dogs like that run and kill livestock and, you know, kill other people's dogs. You know, your dog's life is way more important than that other animals. Is that like?
That's how they feel. That's how they feel. I mean, so last year, there was this whole thing. So locally, a lot of the films like Star Wars and there's a few like period drama pieces get filmed in and around where we live because of the landscape and the hills and whatever. And we're quite close to the Warner Brothers studios. It's prime filming location. So we had this woman climb the local giant fucking hill with a fucking bit of stone on it. Oh, it's special, it's a fucking stone, but whatever. Dickhead climbs said hill, right? On said hill, there's some sheep. Her dog was off lead, worrying the sheep. People were collaring her and saying, look, you can't do that. Call your fucking dog back. What are you doing? They're going to come up here and shoot your fucking dog. Her instant responses, I work for the BBC, it will be fine. I work for the BBC, it will be fine.
What's the BBC?
So you have that level of entitlement as well.
British Broadcasting Company.
Okay, your dog is not.
I watch a lot
Yeah,
of
your dog's still a
BBC.
dickhead.
Is that
Your dog is
royalty
still a
now?
dickhead. Yeah, do you know what I mean? But you have also that level of entitlement. In this area, you have a level of like new money. There's old money and there's new money. You've got this level of new money where I'm too posh to fucking care.
Right.
Daddy will just pay for it all away. It's like, no, he fucking might. Your dog's going to get put down. And they don't see that. But in saying that, the dog will get put down. You find also there's this whole breed bias. You do find that. You know, I know somebody who, again, they have a public right of way through their horse delivery. So where the horses graze in some of the paddocks, maybe you've got a public right of way. So people have come through, their dogs have kicked off and gone after these people. They've got Dobermans and they've got little shitty terrier mixes, whatever. The terriers, yeah, the terriers have bitten people to the point these people have gone to hospital for stitching and whatever. The police have obviously come up and gone, right, what dog bit it is getting put down now. And instantly they look at the Doberman to kind of say, right, it's obviously one of these because, you know, the guy's in hospital. They pull up the camera and say, no, it was just a small fluffy thing. The police come and go, it's all right, it's just small. It's all right, don't worry about it. And off they go.
Because they don't cause any
So
damage.
Yeah, this is it. So you have all these weird little tiny blocks that create this fuck off problem that we have here. And they all sort of interlink and they're all just, yeah, it's fucked, basically.
I can't wait to visit.
Yeah. Like I could go
can't
on
wait to
a
visit.
tangent about how they ban things that shouldn't be banned, and the proof is there that they shouldn't have banned it and whatever.
Yeah.
I can go on and on and on by different examples. You know, you live out here in the countryside, you see what they're trying to do, and you'll find country folk are very, the dog's the dog. We train how we train it, you know, and there are other parts of their life as well where that's just the way the world is. But then you'll find, like B said, city folk in London, cute, small, fluffy animal. No,
Carrying
you
a
can't do
pitbull in a
that.
purse.
Yeah, this is it. And then you see what happens and things go to shit. So yeah, but the e-collar man is fucking bullshit.
There.
Agreed.
Yours was a much easier to understand rant than Danny's. Got a little bit of a strong accent.
Yeah, I did listen to this one. I was thinking, are you guys actually understanding anything?
I could actually. I could. I do a pretty good job puzzling through accents. Like yours is pretty easy, but it's not entirely British.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yaz's is a little harder because she doesn't enunciate very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I do pretty good puzzling through accents. I think we did fine with Danny.
Oh yeah, no, you did fine. But like I said, there were times he was very scout. He went very scout. He's like, did you guys pick up anything he just fucking said?
I love and adore him.
I do too.
No,
I do too.
It's very entertaining.
He was fun to interview. Trying to think. I don't have any more questions. Do you, Norca?
No, Alexis.
What about you, Captain Silence down there?
How you doing?
I'm just drinking my tea.
Just here to watch.
I've got to ask. As what number one, what kind of tea are you drinking? And number two, do you own a kettle? Or do you fuck that thing into the microwave?
No, oh my God, no. I have a kettle.
Right, cool.
I have a kettle. I make it with milk and sugar.
Perfect.
You boil the milk?
So I steam my milk.
I'm about to go
Okay,
do
you can handle that.
that.
Fancy, and I like it
Handle
a
that.
little fluffy. And it's like a black tea with some fruity things in it.
Oh,
A sweeter black tea. It's
You just
tasty.
hear that judgment that he just gave you? Oh.
What kind of tea do you drink,
Oh.
Zach?
No, I didn't
Yorkshire-
bust out the Earl
Yorkshire
Grey
tea.
this morning.
You drink Yorkshire Gold, don't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Just Yorkshire tea. Milk, 2 sugars. Done.
I drink coffee. That's coffee. No.
I drink coffee, but I also have a tea problem.
Yes, but
I've been
Never
drinking
any
coffee
black
since I
tea,
was
but I have a tea
3.
problem.
Something's
I have an
wrong.
entire shelf of tea
do you have a kettle?
and like 8 teapots.
8 tea. Okay, teapot I can have. But
I have like
keep
8
seeing this whole thing
teapots.
So you
teapot
mentioned
I can have.
that-
I keep seeing this. this American thing about putting fucking cups of water in microwaves or
Look,
boiling in a
only
fucking saucepan.
look, only in desperate times would I microwave my tea.
Like I keep seeing on social media that Americans don't have kettles, and it's weird. It is.
That's
weird.
not true. Most Americans who drink tea have kettles, whether it's a stove kettle or a electric kettle. I have both.
I have a kettle.
Why do you have a stove kettle? What's the point? You have an electric one.
Because I camp, which I know is a novel idea to people who live in the UK where camping is not allowed.
You guys are not allowed to camp?
No, they have very specific places that they can go to camp. It's like very specific. This spot you can camp and this spot you can camp.
What are they hiding?
I don't know.
The lack of space.
Colonialism.
The lack of space. I mean, that's too. The British do like to spread that around a lot. But yeah, it's more the lack of space. And also there's this whole anti-traveler mentality. So it's the whole idea of, if we encourage a number of people to camp here, that will potentially mean we'll encourage travelers to set up camp here. And it's this whole anti-traveler.
You can camp in Ireland and Scotland though.
Yeah.
Just not in Britain.
I still haven't camped in Florida, so let me do it here first. And then we'll talk
Well,
about
I'm
it.
not surprised with Florida now. Like, again, that's all we hear about is Florida. Who is Florida?
That's not wrong.
Why is he mad as a bag of shit?
It's just a news article, like a popular. You'll find this.
It's
Oh,
just
Florida
one thing.
man today. A
Florida is freaking, so it's never the same guy. It's just men
Yeah,
in
it's
Florida doing
random ass
stupid
Florida
shit.
people.
Yeah.
But Florida people are a special breed of people.
I haven't seen
You're not
anything
from
else over
Florida.
there.
You're not. I have. Florida people are a special breed of people.
I've seen
Yeah,
special
I'll be honest, the
order.
amount I hear about Florida, I want to go there. I want to see the map.
Come visit.
I want to
Do
see
it.
the idiots
Have
who wrestle
gators.
alligators, and like I want to see it all.
He was raised in South Africa. I don't think our gators scare him.
They don't scare me. I
No,
just
but
said we have gators.
But it's the idea of, let's go find an alligator strapped to a giant fan, and when we find the alligator, we don't go, yes, you see that giant dinosaur with teeth? That's lovely. We go, fuck it, I'm going to jump on it and dry hump it into submission. It's that level of madness I want to see.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
not
That's what I want.
jump on them. I just look at them. I point. I try to keep my distance.
They like marshmallows.
Their teeth
Uh-huh.
seem sharp.
Alligators like marshmallows.
There's birds that are taller than me just walking around the street like nothing.
They have cougars. They have Florida cougars
We do have a bunch of cougars here. Oh,
Right.
cool.
that aren't just women in their
Older women
40s.
looking for you. Oh, sorry. That's, I thought you
They're
said-
just women in their 40s.
I'm
But
looking
yeah,
for a
they
sugar mama.
do
If you're
have
out there, I
cougars.
am looking
Yeah.
for a sugar mama in Florida. I will allow cougars. No.
Yeah, I now have this image of, just 20 to 30 women, leopard print tops, big old fake tits, just walking around like this,
No,
bleach blonde hair.
That's just
there's
that's
the
just
truth
the
of
beach.
that's literally just Miami, man.
It's
You
just
just said you just want to
Miami.
go to Miami.
Yeah.
Where's that at? I want to see that too.
Do you have any questions for us, Zach?
Yeah, has Charlie been into a cook pot yet, or is he still running through?
Fuck Charlie.
I'm sorry, run that past me again.
Talking about Charlie. Fuck
Oh,
Charlie.
Charlie the evil rooster.
I have scars,
Have
man.
you not seen the inside?
Scars.
Have you not seen the inside of KFC bucket yet?
It's fine. He's been here. He lived here his whole life. He's just a douchebag.
Stop wearing red shoes.
That's what I'm saying. Next time
I stopped wearing red in the
Next
bag.
time he's douchebag,
completely.
just start throwing
He'll take food right out of my hand, and then sometimes I'm just walking in the yard doing something that has nothing to do with him, and he's like, "Want to fight?" And he just comes up to me like, "That's just our relationship."
I think Charlie just thinks you're another rooster.
Yeah. Oh, evil.
Mhm.
Stands
Like
in
I
front
said,
of the door.
so
Ah!
the next time-
Shut up.
Yeah, I recommend the next time you act up, introduce him to the Cannibals 11 Herbs and Spices.
I'm about to let one of my fosters out there to just, oops, Charlie.
Just let Marshall back there. He'll take care of it.
Man, he slipped out the other day. That was, and I had a cup in my hand, my phone, had a bunch of shit, and he just like darted right behind my legs. I was like, no, drop everything in the air. I was like, no, and I grabbed his hind legs, just like, I know
Oh,
if
well.
he gets
So how long
out,
have you got
man,
for?
he would not let go. Like I know that for sure. He will not.
Look, he just
So how long
wanted
have
a
you got
raw
Martha for?
dinner.
No,
He just
no,
wanted a raw dinner.
no.
Talking of raw feed, is that a thing in the States? I keep seeing this whole
I
like
feed raw.
people.
Alexis, you feed raw, don't you?
The dogs I supplement. The cat is on 100% raw.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I've
on raw
noticed
too.
recently on social media, there's this whole sort of kibble side of things, like raw feeders are all elitist assholes. And then I'll be honest, on the raw side, you do see people saying kibble will kill your fucking dogs. And it's just
Yeah, it's like kind of like the whole I don't even know how to say it anymore because I don't want to offend anybody. It's like force free, purely positive, and you know, it's that it's the same thing.
I feed Sky is completely raw, Bandit's completely raw. 11 is mostly raw with some kibble because I have to he loses weight really easily, so we have to supplement his diet with whatever I can shovel into his mouth, which he's a boxer, so it's not hard. And then Gambit eats a mix of raw and kibble.
All four of my dogs.
And then I have one who just eats kibble.
All my dogs eat kibble.
Yeah, I don't have the freezer space to feed 2 big shepherds raw yet. So
Peter says we have to get a little standing freezer to put in the dog room because Peter would like the freezer back.
So so I just add it in as like here's something extra and tasty and take a little bit of their kibble out. But they're just it's a lot of raw that they need to feed them. So we're not quite
there. No, definitely. Like I said, Toki has her own freezer. She's about to get her own fridge as well within the coming months because of speed. I want to push her
because your wife might kill you.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like, you know, she would quite like her and the kids to have some space in the freezer and the fridge again. So yeah, the dog's getting her own fridge freezer.
Yeah, my dogs in the fridge, they have their own entire shelf. That is just them. And then the freezer they take up most of. So now we have to get a standing freezer.
I keep my bag, my dog food in a bin. My dog's food's in a bin.
Also, it's a lot easier to hand feed with kibble than it is with raw.
Oh my God, hand feeding with raw is so gross. It's so gross.
Oh, it is.
I hate it. It's disgusting.
It is. Yeah, and then when you make the mistake of putting the tripe one in the bag, the green tripe, and the smell just doesn't get off your fucking fingers, and for days you walk around just like,
it doesn't matter what you want. You can wash your hands with bleach and you would still smell that.
It's still there. And because the idiot in your brain goes, oh, that smells disgusting. Hang on. Oh yeah, no, it still smells disgusting. So you walk around like some fucking freak, just sniffing your fingers, even though you know it's disgusting.
Know what you're talking about at all. Like
rubber gloves, my friend. Rubber gloves.
Yeah, and I just wash my hands.
Yeah,
This smells gross. Smell it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you just kind of walk and go, The dogs love your hands for the next few days. The dogs are literally deep throating your fucking hands. But yeah, not great.
I don't like dealing with anything that's ground turkey because the smell of like the whole ground turkey smells so gross.
Oh yeah. Ground any fowl.
Disgusting.
Ground anything.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I think we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed having you on. Thank you, listeners, for joining us here again with Let's Talk Dog podcast. You will find our socials and Zach's contact information below. So if you live near Zach, go hire him. He's an excellent dog walker. And that's all we have for you guys today.
Bye.
Kathy, bye.